Hello folks, RJB here from RJB TV, and welcome back to RJB TV. Welcome back to the channel. And yeah, I found, or well, remembered, that I have a lot of Mong against Luckyback replays. Just look at how many I've got right here. It's about 30 replays or so that I haven't done before. And you know what? I know that you love seeing Luckyback against Mong. Actually, one of my most popular videos ever is between Luckyback and Mong. So let's do some more Luckyback against Mong. Let's get more of these two players. Let's get more of these two, Luckyback and Mong, on the channel. This is all the way back from 2019, right around the time that Mong was starting out with fastest. So at this point, he's not yet the absolute monster he turned out to be in 2020, when he was absolutely, without a doubt, the actual very best Terran player on fastest map ever. Better than Flash. There's actually a set between Flash and Mong that used to be on Mong's channel, but Mong removed the video. It might still be on his Africa channel. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at his Africa channel. I actually no longer quite know what the date of that video was, like the day those games were played. But in those games, Mong plays against Flash. I've tried to get my hands on that replay, but I haven't quite succeeded yet in finding or at least getting those replays, which I would have to get from Mong himself or from Flash, and neither player has responded to my request if I could buy or get those replays from them, which is completely understandable because a lot of Korean pros are not too keen on sharing their replays, or at least to a foreigner, or at least they don't want to spend time looking for the replay. Most of the times they don't actually care that much if you cast a replay if you have it, but they're just not too keen on sharing it themselves. If you get it from their opponent, they don't mind. In this case, I got this match from Luckyback himself because I got Luckyback's entire autosave from 2019 and 2020. He was kind enough to respond and give it to me. So here, we got both players, Mong here on the yellow Terran, and Luckyback here on the teal Protoss. And yeah, these two are able to go at each other really hard, without relenting, without giving up, without showing weakness. These two players are, in my opinion, evenly matched in more ways than one. They are both the absolute top level of the top level. So Luckyback starts off with Nexus into Forge, into a choke to keep Mong out of his base, and Mong starts out with Barrack Gas into an Academy there in the back. He wants to get very fast Stim and Firebat. Also here, he's walling off access to the gas, so he's trying to ruin Mong's plan. Mong is not building a second refinery. Some players, they build a second refinery right above it, which allows them to start mining gas from this refinery or the one above it. You kind of just have to start the refinery, and then you can use this refinery again, but it isn't ideal to start building a second refinery this early into the game when you want to spend the minerals on something else. So he isn't going to build a second refinery, he just kills the pylon instead. So Mong there moving out over the choke point there, going into the middle. He's going to try to maybe kill the gateway once he has range, because I don't think the Marine can hit the gateway without getting hit by the cannon. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think the cannon range is just like this little portion I'm highlighting right now. It should be able to hit those Marines if the Marines move downwards a little bit more. So he's going to have to wait for range, or maybe he's going to go for Stim. If two medics are on the way, maybe he's going to try to break through. But Luckyback already adding a second cannon there, a third cannon there in the front. There's still a possibility for Luckyback, for Mong to get through this tight little gap right there on the right side of the choke. But I feel that Luckyback might try to cover that up as well. So very fast Dragoon coming out there from Luckyback. Also still a Fadoon there in the back, which of course means that he is most likely, without a doubt, going for Dark Templars. There's no other reason why you would ever go for a Citadel of a Dune this fast if you are not going for Dark Templars. Cannon number 4 there coming up in the front, and a Dragoon there as well to help with keeping those units out. Mong has completely decided against breaking through and is instead going for +2 command center to boost up his economy during the time frame that Luckyback cannot attack. Very, very reasonable and understandable choice here from Mong. Engineering the bay there on the side to fly up onto the hill for more vision there. And we got a depot there coming up in the front to start building a wall to make it impossible for Mong's Zealots and Dark Templars to walk into the base, at least without having to kill the wall in the front, which those Marines can very easily hide behind. Marine there still scouting the map, looking for the off chance that Luckyback is going for a proxy base somewhere on the map, like proxy gateways, proxy robo, proxy whatever you can think of. It's not uncommon for players to proxy robo or proxy gateway. Also getting it there on the corner to get vision for a storm dodge. He gets getting vision for a storm dodge. Mong pulls back, knowing this is around the time frame that Luckyback can start producing Dark Templars, and he doesn't want to lose those Marines there on the middle, so he pulls back. Hasn't finished the wall yet. Also, he somewhat misspaced his depot there. Throws out the first 2 scans, one in the back, one in the front. Sees the Dark Templar, sees the shuttle. He knows what's going on. He knows what's going to happen. Does he have enough detection here? He's got detection on the sides. He's got 2 scans, but not with energy. And we've got a turret there being built in the back. This Dark Templar might arrive just on time, depending on where he's going to send it. Sends it in. Turret there is going to finish in the back. So kills 1 Marine, and he's going to keep that Dark Templar outside of detection range. Kills 1 more Marine, and going to dance back and forth trying to kill a couple more. Scans are... Oh, Mong... Okay, Mong has scan energy. Kills it. Kills the Dark Templar. So yeah, the Dark Templar there kills, I think, about 4 or 5 Marines. Doesn't really achieve much else. Gets some information on top of killing a couple Marines, but nothing really big. No big advantage to build there for Luckyback. Gonna fly around with the High Templar shuttle over the top side, which appears to be Mong's weak side at the moment. There's no turrets, no Marines at the top side. Everything is here on the right side of the base. It does have a turret there, but the turret won't really do much. It's too close to the minerals. The shuttle's just gonna fly in. Tries to fly around the turret. Stays in the darkness. Stays in the darkness, flies all the way down. Mong not responding because he can only see it just right about now. And the SCVs are not running away. SCVs are running away, but there's double storm. Hits 1 storm, kills a couple. How many did he kill? 16, 9. That's pretty much most of the SCVs on the Marines there. That's a pretty significant hit this early on into the game. And Luckyback here with a very big economy advantage now goes into mass gateway production. Sorry, I just mixed them up. Goes into gateway production there. Also already on a lot of gas there. Got 7 gas in total on 57 probes. There's a lot of gas coming into the bank there. He's going to keep on producing drops non-stop. A couple more turrets are coming down for Mong on the top side and the right side. Marines now on this drop path. But now the bottom drop path is completely open and he goes in over the bottom side. Mong just getting read like a book. It's empty though. It's empty. Comes in with shuttle drop number 2 from the north, and he storms, but he misses the storms on the SCVs. I almost missed the one coming from the top. I'm just going to change the colors real quick to get red versus blue, a little bit easier to see on the minimap. Yeah, this tracks with the one from the bottom, and it worked. Mong fell for it, but Mong also managed to keep his SCVs alive by pulling them away to safety, sending them to the gas here on the top left corner of the map. So what's Luckyback gonna do now? He's a very fast and good storm drop player, as you could just see, going in with a double drop to try and distract and use the distraction as a means of hitting those SCVs. Gonna try again with a triple shuttle drop there, triple Corsair as well. This one's gonna go in very easily. But now Mong should have a couple more Marines to help or at least try to snipe those shuttles out of the air. So he comes in, sees it immediately, gonna try to snipe the shuttles, but there's 3 shuttles in total. Unloads shuttles, there's 10 Zealots on the scene. No Templars unload this time around. Actually very well defended there with target firing and target selection. But Mong does lose a little bit of mining time and is still pretty small. 49 SCVs, got 5 barracks there though. He has number 6 there in the air. He might land it After getting level 1 armor, almost Marines already level 1 attack finished up, whereas Luckyback still on 000 for his Gateway army, getting armor for air and getting shield, and also getting Zealot legs. So he comes in, oh, shuttle there, doesn't get taken down, but there might not be a Templar inside, it's just Zealots. Once again, looks like the shuttle with Templars got taken out of the air. Mong is defending himself quite well this time around compared to the previous drops where he was always getting hit. The last 2 drops have not managed to land a hit. Mong is defending really well, got 2 bunkers there as well. Oh, Luckyback is forced to turn around. Templar on the high ground might storm Marines if they get a little bit too close. We see some tanks there ready to take down that Templars. Splits them up so they can't get stormed all at the same time. Look, just storming on a single one. Mong still progressing very nicely. He's managed to pull himself up by his bootstraps with some very precise aware play against Luckyback's drops. But Luckyback now ramping up the gameplay. Now in 154 supply on 84 probes. He's hit the amount of probes he wants for this game. Getting a 3rd Nexus there as well, all the way on the right side. Drop comes in from the top side there, flies in. Marines are not in the correct location. Mong not running away yet. Mong runs away, but there's 2 Templars. They're on the scene. Storms once, storms twice. Doesn't kill that many SCVs. Kills a couple of them, but not a lot of them. So that's a nice little break there for Mong to once again keep most of his SCVs alive and be safe in terms of his income. Although he is once again losing mining time there. He's going to have to reset the miners. This still kind of hurts. He's kind of forced to sacrifice mining time and time around. But at least... oh, I feel... I feel something in my... An itch in my throat. Holy crap. I can't keep my voice. Wow. Okay. I'm drinking water right now. Oh my god. I just felt an itch in my throat and I just lost my voice completely for a couple seconds there. Whoa. Okay, we're back. It's fine. I'm okay. So he comes in, unloads the shuttle drop. Like, my voice recovered right on time. It's still a bit dicey though. My voice is still a bit dicey, but there's a lot of Zealots, a lot of Templars here on the scene. Marines are coming in hot. We're getting stormed to death. The Zealots are killing turrets. They're on the right side of the base. Templars have done their storms. One more storm comes out on nothing at all. But it looks like the Zealots are cleaning up most of the Marines. I only see 6 Marines left alive. Couple there still on the top side. Couple there, 1 in the back. Couple still in the bunkers. But Mong defends that one pretty well. But Luckyback opened up a hole, and now we've got a big drop coming in as he saved his shuttles. What's inside this drop? There's Templars, there's Zealots, everything unloading. Storms, 3 storms, 4 storms, comes out, kills all of the SCVs there on the minerals. A couple of SCVs are still left alive. Does he have 1 more storm? I don't think so, but that was a big hit. That was a big hit. Mong felt that one. Mong really felt that one. Beautiful setup there, keeping the shuttles alive after unloading here on the right side, pulls them back to his own base. He's got so many shuttles now. Pretty much his entire army is shuttles. His fighting army is small. He can keep sending in shuttles and shuttles with units inside and keep unloading and keep killing and keep hurting Mong where it counts. Mong now moving his entire army here to pretty much the right side of his base, but I feel like Luckyback is going to try to fly in all the way to the backside and unload on the command center. Also pulling some probes off the minerals, realizing he might have a couple too many of them. I think that's about 12 being sacrificed. He'll have 82 left alive afterwards. He's actually unloading, not in the front, flies into the back, unloads on top of the tanks. Beautiful unload on top of the tanks, using this tank splash damage, and a couple more units are inside those shuttles. Unloads everywhere he can, storms on the SCVs. SCVs are dead and gone. Mong calls GG on the Discord, and Luckyback wins game number 1. Quite convincingly, well played. Beautifully played. With just shuttle drops, Mong did his best staying alive, and he stayed alive for quite a while, but not long enough. Couldn't prevent damage from happening, and it kept racking up there, and at the end, it went pretty fast. Luckyback with some really great mass drops. hits Mong where it counts, right on the jaw. And now we're going to game number 2 between these two to see what happens next. What happens next here between Mong and Luckyback. All the way back from 2019. I think this is actually their very first 1-versus-1 encounter against each other. I don't think that prior to this match they had ever played 1v1 fastest against each other. I do know Mong had already been playing fastest for about 1 or 2 weeks, at least for 1v1 against players like Minchul, Brain, Rabbit, and a couple other names that were at the time considered to be at the very top of the very top of the fastest 1v1 elite. The most elite. And Mong wanted to join the elite, and honestly, I think he had already at this point in time joined the elite. He's just that good. Most pro players are just that good at it, very quickly adapting to the way of the fastest map. My voice is still recovering, still feeling that itch in the back of my throat. It's being a little bit annoying, but let's hang in there. Let's get this rolling. Protoss against Terran once again. Mong here on the 6 o'clock spawn location. Usually considered to be one of the more difficult spawn locations to play from, because there's 5 directions that enemy shuttles can come from. There's just more ground to cover defensively. And the gas is also a little bit more tricky to mine from every single refinery, or at least every single geyser. You need like 5 command centers in total to cover every single refinery. So it takes a little bit longer to get maximum gas income going when you're on the 6 o'clock or the 12 o'clock spawn location. But most of the time though, I do see Terrans on 6 o'clock or 12 o'clock winning their games. Most of the time I do see them winning their games. Because it's also easier to dodge storms here. It's much easier on the 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock spawn locations because the gas spreads out pretty far to the side as compared to in a vertical row where they're a little bit closer to each other in terms of how much ground they cover. Like they're, I think 1 square high, like 1 square in size high and 3 squares wide. 3 squares wide. Just more room for storm dodging here on the 6 o'clock spawn location. And I do think that is one of the biggest advantages of the 6 o'clock spawn location in terms of staying alive against those storm drops. Luckyback started with the exact same build order. He goes for Nexus, Pylon, Nexus, Forge, Pylon in the front, gateway to cannons, and then goes for double gas and his cyber core there in the back once the gateway finishes, and then Pylon number 3 as well to open up more supply space. The go-to standard build order for Protoss against Terran from a corner spawn location. And he also did it on a middle spawn location last time. So Luckyback gets into Mong's base there. Probe makes its way in. Luckyback has also been found by Mong's SCV. It went down right here. So he's gonna go in a circle, try to get as much information as he can. The probe does go down. In the end, he sees a command center being added on. There's 2 barracks and there's stim already on the way, which kind of means he's gonna have to get 2 more cannons at least, or maybe just 1. He's getting 2 in total. Just playing it safe, just to be sure. Building his robo here on the side. Now he's building here on the side because Mong is going to start scanning at about 5:40 or 5:30 into the match. And he's going to scan the front here because most players build their robotics right here in the front at their choke, or here in the back with their other technology structures. Not a lot of players build the robos here in the corner of their base, so it's going to mean that Mong is not going to get the information he wants when he throws down the scan here in the front and in the back, because the robos will be here on the side, on the bottom corner of Luckyback's base. Now Mong doing the usual little bit of touch and feel. He's going to try to see if Luckyback is going to make a mistake, have a Zealot not on hold position, have not enough cannons there in the base, maybe have his gateway a little bit out too far in front of the cannons, so we can at least kill something, while Luckyback is here turtling for the first 5 to 6 minutes. It's basically what all the Terrans do. Just a little bit of touch and feel. Look at what they can do, what's safe to do, what information they can gather, or how they can hurt the Protoss before the Protoss can effectively fight back. Got the engineering bay there, getting a third barracks. He might have to get 5 of them in total. As I've said at the start, there's 5 locations or directions Luckyback can fly in from with a shuttle, and you need more Marines to cover every single direction there is. There's scan number 1, waiting for scan number 2. I think he didn't use scan number 1. There's barracks number 4. No wall in the front yet, but SCV there moving to the front to start building a supply depot. Marines there connecting with the hillside. This way you can see shuttles leave the base. So the first two Reavers are on the way. He's going for a switch up. No more Dark Templar shenanigans. Just gonna go straight for the Dark Templars. And now we've got the scans coming out. And exactly as I said right here, scans the front, scans the backside, but doesn't get a lot of information. But the one thing we can confirm is that Mong knows that Luckyback most likely didn't go for Dark Templars because the Templars archive is only just now still on the way. So it's going to be either a Zealot speed frontal attack, which is usually something a lot of players go for. He might go for it here because he's got Zealot speed finishing up very soon. Didn't get level 1 attack there though in conjunction. There's the shuttle. Flies into a Marine. Zealot's also leaving the base. He's going to go for a frontal attack, that's for sure. Maybe if the frontal attack doesn't work, he might try to fly in with the shuttle from the side. The shuttle did get spotted out there by the Marine, but the Mong is pulling back some Marines to the backside. He's not really fortifying his choke here, though. 4 Marines against about 10 Zealots and 2 tanks there. Going to distract in the front and fly in from the side, but Mong knows this is going to happen because he saw this shuttle flying over the side. So their 2 depots there in the front are going to get taken down. Reaver, yeah, he has to redirect the Reaver. He tried to go for a distraction in the front and go in from the side. Not what most players tend to do. Most players tend to try and attempt a frontal break. They just unload the Reaver there outside of the tank range, and then they take down the depots. And once the depots are down, they rush in with those Zealots. Luckyback trying to switch it up a little bit, go for a frontal Zealot push with a Reaver drop. Didn't work, so now he switches that up into triple shuttle 8 Zealot double Reaver shuttle drop. He's going to go in from the top left, which is the kind of the best spot to fly in from, but there's turrets all over the side. Goes in, gets pretty close to the SCVs. Unload. Oh, I think he lost. Oh, he doesn't get a shut off on the SCVs. Oh, but there's Zealots on top of the SCVs there. Kills a bunch of his own SCVs there with tank. Kills pretty much. Oh. He didn't unsiege in time because he was so focused on killing the shuttle with the Reavers inside, although the Reavers both got taken down before they could kill the SCVs. But in the end, he kills his own SCVs with the tank shots. Honestly, it's always worth trying. It's always worth trying. Just get those Zealots on top of the SCVs. And the Terran will most likely, unless they unsiege their tanks, kill their own SCVs with some friendly help from those friendly tanks with the friendly fire mechanics. At least he's got 6 barracks. There's a lot of barracks there. He's got level 1 attack. Their 4 Marines finished up, not getting level 1 armor, unlike last game. He's lifting up both of his E-bays because he really needs vision up on those hills to at least see things flying in and give himself more reaction times on these shuttles that are now flying in once again from the right side. Don't think this one's going to really hit home, though. Don't think this one's going to hit the home run. There's turrets, although the Marines are running away. The Marines are leaving the corner. I called it too early. Goes for the stim in the bunker. Great move there. 1 Reaver goes down. Reaver number 2, they're also taking critical damage. Takes down the turrets, but doesn't go in any deeper. Doesn't go in any deeper. So it looks like Mong, yeah, he's going to be fine. Very quick response. And I really like the unload, stim, reload mechanic on the bunkers. It just does it so fast and it looks so cool. And it really does make the difference. Luckyback out here scouting the map, looking for the Storm Dodge Marine on the map. It's here, and it's right next to his base, right there. So this is where he's going to Storm Dodge 2 with his SCVs. Luckyback now building very quick on 79 probes at 9.5 minutes in. Got 4 robos. He's got Let's see what's inside these shells. There's a drop flying across the map. Might have been spotted out by that Marine there once again. So I see a Templar. I see 5 Templars in total. I see a couple bunkers there on the corner with about 12 Marines inside. Relocating most of his Marines now to the weak side of his base. This is the weak side. This is the strong side. I think he saw the shuttles flying across the map with his scan. So he's really quickly repositioning himself because he's expecting this to come in. Snipes most of the shuttles. The Templars are there on the scene. Templar storms on the Marines. Didn't actually get to unload everything he wanted to. It just went down too quick. I don't think he had enough Corsairs in the mix there to take the focus away from the turrets. The Marines were just target firing. Mong is not planning on letting Luckyback kill him again. It happened last time, and he doesn't want to happen again. He wants to win this one. I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't? So 5 shuttles are coming in from the front. He's changing direction every single shuttle storm drop to keep Mong aware and on edge. Comes in with the Templars. Templars storming. Templars are killing a bunch. Oh, way too many SCV kills there with the second storm. Way too many kills. Mong there didn't have all of his SCVs hotkeyed. And ends up losing, I think, about 30 of his SCVs. He was just really nicely recovering, holding on, preventing damage. But once again, takes a huge storm right to the face. And gives Luckyback an opportunity to start building a bigger lead and start taking control over the map by building cannons on the sides to at least limit Mong's freedom. Because Mong is going to float structures all over the map for extra vision on his sides, but he's going to deny that with those cannons on the sides. Once again, a shuttle drop there flying over the middle. He's going to fly in over the front again. 4 Corsairs there as well. He's already starting pylon on the middle to start building cannons. Got about 9 gateways here back at home. He's got 4 robos, 2 starports, a fleet beacon there on the way as well. Flies in from the front. Tries to go straight for the SCVs again. Shuttles are being target fired down. Really good target firing. Really good target firing. Takes down 3 shuttles. The final shuttle had no Templars inside. Doesn't get to unload a storm. Okay. So Mong is getting advanced Marine upgrades, getting armor. He's got an engineering bay there as well for weapon attack number 2. So yeah, he realizes that because he is using 6 barracks, because he's relying on those Marines to keep himself alive, he really needs maxed out Marine upgrades to at least get himself a little bit stronger, because he cannot afford that many tanks. He's got a lot of tanks, but only 2 factories. Might as well make those Marines as strong as they can be for as long as he's going to use them. There's turrets being built everywhere here on the bottom side. He can't mine. I think he can mine from these. Drop comes in. There's 2 many Marines around the scene. Storms on a huge ball of Marines. I think that's about 15 Marine kills. 15 Marine kills with a single storm, just all boxed up in a small little spawn in a tight little space. Get taken down really quick. But Mong is going really hard on just building a massive turret base. Defenses everywhere. Tanks are also really nicely spaced out. I'm sorry for coughing, but the itch is still there. So once again, he changes direction. Comes in from the top right. Goes in. Mong responds. Going to try to snipe those shuttles out of the air, but the Templars are unloading. Templar storms on the Marines, though, as the shuttle Templar gets... Oh, one more... Oh, the Templar was right next to the SCVs, but the SCVs all stay alive. Almost got the SCVs with the splash damage, but... Ooh. They stay alive. He's going to need a medic there, though, at those SCVs, because the SCVs do seem to be on low HP. He needs medics here at his SCVs to heal them up. Because it's just going to take 2 ticks of a storm to kill these SCVs. Maybe 3 ticks of a storm. They're just going to keep up with the shuttle storm drops while he's building a carrier base right next to Mong's own base. Right next door. Right here, the new neighbors moving in. And they're not the kind neighbors. They're kind of the neighbors who are going to throw a party and cause trouble. Carriers, they're in production. Drop comes in once again from the bottom right. Is Mong prepared for this one? He's not moving his SCVs. He's moving the Marines there, though. Oh, Templar. Oh, once again, friendly splash damage, but doesn't kill the SCVs. He killed one on the side, and the Templar almost stormed. It was in the animation of starting its storm, but it couldn't finish it. Close call there, very close call. A little bit of luck involved there for Mong. A little bit of luck involved. Now, Mong does seem to be under the impression that Luckyback might be going for carriers, because I see a lot of starports coming down here for Mong, and that can only mean that he knows that Luckyback is going for carriers. He probably scouted the base or scanned the base and saw the fleet beacon there on the top corner and saw both of these cyber cores spinning for air upgrades. Now, what are his air upgrades actually? I need to... Oh wait, the carrier is about to spawn. I can check the air upgrades here on the carrier. 1-1, I assume level 1 attack as well. I don't see a Corsair anywhere. I really want to know if he's got level 1 attack as well. I do assume he does. His Zealots are on 1-1-2, soon to be on 2-2-3. Getting an Arbiter Tribunal as well for Arbiter, for Stasis. Mong is going for Valkyries. They're just overall very, very amazing against carriers. Just put them a little bit far away so that they can hit the interceptors, and every time the interceptors return, the Valkyrie rockets will hurt those carriers. They're just pretty amazing against carriers. And I do think Luckyback is going to start building a massive amount of shield batteries to keep restoring those shields on the carriers. Now Luckyback has about 8 carriers finished up, 2 more are on the way, and he's got a drop there flying in as well. The drop is going to fly in under the cover of the interceptors here, attacking on the left side of the base. Marines are being sacrificed. Well, he's still got a lot of them here in the corner, but I think he threw away a lot of them. Also lifted up 4 of his barracks to get vision on the sides. Also his engineering base there being hovered onto the sides. Got a lot of factories being built. He doesn't have enough space for a lot of factories, but he's building as many as he can fit into his base. And Luckyback just building as well, just gonna get everything prepared for the big fight in the future. Mong scans pretty much the entire map. Well, everything here on the side, the front, the base. Doesn't have enough scans to scan this entire left side though. So he might not know what's coming for him. He might not know, and he doesn't look ample prepared. He does have the Valkyries here though, but I think they're for anti-drop. He's got 8 of them in total. Probably for anti-drop to take shuttles out of the air. Probably doesn't quite know yet where the carriers are or where the stargates are. But I think he knows that carriers do exist. I think he does know. So Mong there filling out his base. Still not mining from every single refinery. He's kind of limiting himself on his gas income by only having 5 access. Oh, he goes in. He only has 5 accessible refineries, so his gas income is not going to be very high. Storm drop there comes in. Shuttles are going to unload. Is a Templar going to arrive? Templar doesn't unload as the shuttles can take it down a little bit too fast, flying through the crossfire of the Valkyrie rockets. Valkyries are on the chase to hit those carriers. Carriers taking huge amounts of damage. But they do all stay alive, and now they are restoring their shields. Valkyries are returning back home with their level 1-1 upgrades. You got 11 of them in total at the moment. The Marines are on 2-2 upgrades, pretty strong, and at this point, really good against specifically interceptors. So the drop doesn't get in. Mong stays safe and sound for now. Safe and sound for now. And this base, yeah, it is an absolute mess, but he's got at least everything he needs. Although the one thing he might need is more gas, more space here on the bottom corner. So the tanks, I thought the tanks might be moving out already, but he is not yet moving out. Got more shield batteries there coming down for Luckyback and gateways and stargates as well. Robos being built somewhere as well. Oh, he's building the 2 robos right here. Basically, he's migrating to this bottom corner. This is now his new base of operations. His main base here back at home on the top right. He no longer cares about it. He just wants to start living a new life here on the bottom left. This is my home now. Goes in with a little bit, just taking those structures out of the air. Tries to at least, but takes a lot of damage from those Halo missiles getting pulled in by the interceptor straight into those big, beefy spunky, whatever you want to call them, bodies of the carriers. They're in the air. Now, a lot of probes being sacrificed. I think that's about 12, maybe 24 in total being thrown away to open up supply space, because honestly, I do agree. Luckyback had way too many probes, so opening up some supply space to get a little bit more army to fight or kill Mong. He really wants to kill Mong, but he hasn't been able to yet, and the Valkyries here in the air are just doing an amazing job of keeping those carriers away, rendering them more or less ineffective. Now tanks are on the side to kill those cannons against the side. Luckyback is playing this very smart, but Mong's defenses at the moment are just too damn strong. Also, Mong is now opening up a little bit more space to start mining from a little bit more gas. Just a little bit more gas required in the tank. Valkyries there flying back and forth. I think he's got about 24 or 20. I'm not quite sure how many he's got. He's got a lot of them, that's for sure. When they're all balled up like this, I can't count them that well. But it's a lot of them. 20 to 24. The carrier's not going to be very effective, but guess what? Luckyback has got arbiters, and his arbiters are going to be a pain in the butt for Luckyback once they have enough energy for stasis, and yes, they do. 100 energy, and stasis upgrade is, I think, finished up. These Valkyries are going to have a very rude awakening, locked up in stasis. Carriers now at maximum capacity, maximum potential, pushing in. Only 4 Valkyries left to defend. Shuttles coming in as well. There's nothing to defend against this drop. Nothing here in the back. Goes in hard. Temples arriving on the scene. Temples are loading. SCVs are trying to run away, but most of the SCVs do get caught up in the storm. How many did he kill? 33 SCVs erased from existence with a beautiful storm. So yeah, the stasis there, the surprise stasis attack completely locks up Mong's supply almost entirely. Forced to pull back his tanks to the bottom side of his base, to the back corner. Because those zealots are now killing turrets and whatever else they can. So yeah, Mong takes a pretty big hit. But he's still rich enough to more or less be fine here. Now there's a big window of opportunity though here for Mong, because Luckyback just used both of his stasis. Doesn't have energy for the foreseeable future, which means Luckyback, despite getting a very good hit off on Mong's economy, cannot actually do much at the moment. Wait, it goes in with a drop. Beautifully distracted. The little drop. Be able to unload though? No. No, it won't. He distracts there on the top corner. Goes in on the bottom corner. But not quite successful. He needed something like a Corsair or a second shuttle to make that one succeed. So once again, more probes being thrown away for more supply space. 12 probes is 2 carriers, so it's always worth it. If you got the money for it, just throw them away. Just throw them away. So Mong now on the push. Mong on the push. His economy has somewhat recovered. Still only on 5 gas. Using Goliath to fight against the air. Also has the Valkyries are in the back hanging, taking care of those interceptors. But the tanks have been taken down. This is going to be a very, very slow push. There's so many cannons all the way around in a half circle here on the middle. It's going to take a lot of time for Luckyback, for Mong, to take this all down. Luckyback put a lot of time into building it, but he built it with a very good purpose, and this is the purpose we're seeing right now, slowing Mong down when he's trying to push out across the map and start the attack on one of the 2 bases Luckyback now has on the map. Carriers here on the side, they have new arbiters with energy for stasis, although, yeah, one is energy for stasis, the other 2 don't. Well, 2 of them do. So once again, the Valkyries might be in trouble. Valkyries running away, splitting up as fast as they can. They don't want to get stuck up in a stasis. Arbiters are on the chase. The Arbiters are on the chase. They're still on the chase. A little bit too far in, and one of them gets in stasis down, and there's a storm as well. Drop comes in at the same time, while Mong was flying away from the stasis. Beautiful, beautiful drop setup. Kills most of the turrets on the side there as well. Returns back home to 2 more arbiters that should now have stasis energy. Flies in. Goes for another stasis. And I think he... Oh, wait, did he get his own arbiter? He got his own arbiter, so only a single stasis used there. But now most of the Valkyries are locked up in stasis, which means free time for Luckyback to start killing things everywhere, left and right. Also cleared out those Goliaths and tanks on the middle with 2 Dark Templars. Luckyback is just slowly tearing layers of defenses away from Mong's base. Mong spent so much time getting everything ready and operational, but Luckyback with very, very well self-controlled plan here. Very smart play. Managed to keep finding weaknesses to abuse and exploit and create other bigger weaknesses in Mong's defenses that he can use. And so far, he's doing a really good job. Another drop there comes in, but the drop gets taken down before the Templars can unload. He keeps exploiting this very weak bottom corner, tries to use the Zealot to splash damage on those SCVs, but nope, Mong doesn't fall for it this time around. Another drop there already prepared, ready to go in. Carriers killing turrets there on the top left again. Now Mong once again tries his hands at moving out. This time around he's got a vessel there to fight against the Dark Templars. He's got about 6-7 Dark Templars coming in to the front. But the vessel in the front is going to at least detect them and kill those Dark Templars pretty easily. Once again, carriers coming in on the bottom left of the base. Comes in with the shuttles as well. Shuttles there are going to try to take true. Unloads. Templars on the scene. Templars unload. Templars storm once again. Mong still rich enough to survive though, but he's continuously occupied with rebuilding his SCVs. Although now he's got a really good shot on those carriers. Carriers are getting taken down really quick there as I think about 20 Valkyries go all in on the carriers, forced to retreat though as storms coming down and too many cannons are on the low ground. 7 very weakened. Oh, another drop there comes in. Not allowed to finish my sentences anymore. Doesn't unload a Templar. Can't unload a Templar. What I wanted to say is 7 very weakened carriers are on the left side, forced to retreat. And they'll get taken down very easily, even though they did restore their shields to full capacity. Mong will be able to take them down with all of his Valkyries pretty quick, although it looks like a lot of Valkyries did get taken down there. I only see about 6 Valkyries still alive. Wait, there's more over here. It's about 13 Valkyries still alive. Carriers here in the front fighting against the tanks and the Goliaths, trying to push back, trying to stop the push over the middle of the map. Mong going hard despite only having 5 refineries and a somewhat injured base here on the left side. He's actually moving across the map, but the vessel got taken down. Now Dark Templars on the middle of the map. The vessel is still there. Dark Templars, not a threat, not a problem. Zealots, though, might be a little bit more of a problem. And now the carriers coming in over the left side. Luckyback is going to try to keep Mong focused on 2 locations at the same time, but the Valkyries still there are being drawn into a fight. They're helping with defending. I don't see a drop here at the moment, but I do see about 3 Arbiters and about 6 more carriers finishing up there at those star gates. He's going to try once again to go in over the left side. Mong here on the middle, clearing out everything. He managed to clear everything out. Mong is playing very solid here. I'm actually impressed with how he manages to stay upright, stay alive, stay strong, despite all of the successful attacks that Luckyback keeps having. Luckyback is just not able to actually go in harder, go in deeper. Oh, Mong there goes into the cannons. Maybe not the best choice to sacrifice or lose the Goliaths when you're this low on gas. Oh no, there's an Arbiter coming in. All the Valkyries are getting locked up in stasis once again. Carriers now have free fire, free go. It's the green light. Gonna go straight for the command center. Command center gonna take it down very quick there though. More Valkyries coming from the front to the back. There's a recall as well. Templars, Dark Templars, and Zealots everywhere inside the backs of the base. Storms on everything. Command center getting taken down. No repair possible because almost all of the SCVs got stormed to death. Lifts it up into the air. The carriers all get taken down just fast enough though. The carriers don't survive for long enough to take down the command center, but a command center being lifted up is effectively the same as a dead command center. It's effectively the same, down to 25 SCVs in total. He's here on the top side, killing the Stargates, but doesn't have enough firing power in those 3 tanks, 2 Goliaths to take it all down fast enough, so more carriers are going to spawn there. Also a frontal attack of Zealots now coming in, and more Zealots from the base that are being built, ready to grow across the map and start hitting the front of Mong's base. Mong is now actually in danger. He's now actually in danger as his gas is very low. He's got 5,000 minerals, which should be just enough to recover. He's got 5 command centers as well, which should be enough to recover, but his gas is low. Dangerously low. So any tanks and Goliaths he loses at this point are going to be difficult to replace. So he's replacing them with Vultures instead. Also putting those Valkyries on top of the Stargates to at least... Well, basically the carriers, the moment they spawn, they're going to die. So we might see Luckyback cancel the Stargates. We might see him cancel those Stargates. Also, 2 Rock Templars, they're on the left side, ready to at least start killing some stuff, but they get scanned very quick. Mong doesn't let a second go by. Also, you're on the middle of the map, placing mines everywhere. Luckyback throwing away even more probes once again to start building a bigger gateway army. Also finished a new row of gateways there back at home, so for more Zealot and Templar and Dragoon production. Goes in with the storms there, clears out the units on the middle there, but the mines there do make things a little bit difficult to walk through. So yeah, Luckyback tried to get his carriers away, tried to escape, but is forced to cancel them. At least he's forced to cancel the remaining carriers, as only these 3 made it out alive, and they are somewhat injured. This game at this point can still go in Mong's favor. It still looks pretty good for Mong, as now Luckyback no longer has a proxy carrier base to build carriers with, and a very fast little micro strata step forward there to take down the cannons there on the left side of this base. So things are looking very good for Mong despite being injured. Despite being injured, things are looking good. Also, the carriers here taking some real shots from those Valkyries. Templars there, though, do save the day with great place storms on those Goliaths and tanks. But now we've got a Gateway Master coming out across the map. This might actually be the attack that really does the trick. A simple gateway switch with most of Mong's army here on the left side. Unable to defend the front here. No tanks here back at home. Only 3, 4, 5, 6 Goliaths here in the choke point. 7 of them actually. But those are Dragoons, and Dragoons are pretty darn strong. Zealots are coming in as well. He's really going to have to push back or pull back this army, but he wants to kill the Templar, wants to kill the Nexus. He's going to have to make really difficult choices at this point, but he doesn't have enough gas. He doesn't have enough gas. He's building as many things as he can. Tanks, Goliaths, Vultures, but he can't really build the amount he wants to because his gas is too damn low. And there's units just everywhere. Also going to drop there, just unloading units there on the corner. Not going for the storm drop. More gateway units are coming from across the map. Only 3 tanks here to defend. 4 more finishing up very soon. He does have a lot of Vultures. Will he get the mines in place in time? Now there's Dark Templars here on the left side, ready to clear out these units. So yeah, this is looking like the switch of the century. Switch of the century. Mong there holding on. He's got a very compact, tight factory configuration, which makes it very difficult for Dragoons and Zealots to get in there. But there might just not be enough tanks here. There might just not be enough tanks, and yet Mong feels it. He feels it, he knows it, he feels it in his bones, he can feel it in the air, he can smell it. It's over. He lost the Goliaths here on the side, which means this base here is still potentially operational. Doesn't have the gas to keep building units. He knows the game is over. He calls GG, and Luckyback is today's winner. Luckyback wins this game. Well, these 2 games. And honestly, I think Mong played really well in both games, but Luckyback just got the upper hand. Luckyback just showed the stronger game. Yeah, like at this point, you can already see that Mong has a really promising future. At this point, he was not yet the very best Terran on fastest map. He was still growing into it, but you can see it. Like at this point, this is like during his starting days on fastest map, he was already ridiculously strong. So already a very impressive Terran, but you could notice that it was kind of disorganized. A little bit disorganized with how he configured his base, how he had almost no space, how he didn't always dodge the storms, didn't have enough gas coming in because he just blocked himself off of mining from every single gas. You could see it. But it nonetheless was an impressive show of Terranship.